My name's Mickela Hall-Ramsay and I'm the chair for the London Youth Games, and I'd like to add I'm the youngest chair that has ever been appointed. The London Youth Games is a charity that uses the power of competitive sports to provide life-changing opportunities for young Londoners. On average, about 100,000 young people take part in the London Youth Games each year. The London Youth Games involves 50 event days all around London, involving all 33 London boroughs and 100,000 participants. Since it started in 1977, there's been 1.5 million participants, so it just shows the wide range of young people that have been involved. My involvement in the London Youth Games started in 2000 when I was 13 years old. I was a young female athlete that took part in netball, and I was asked to represent the borough in basketball. Since then, I've won 4 medals, I've volunteered, I've gained a lot from it, in addition to many famous people who have come from the games, including David Ware, Dina Asher-Smith, Raheem Sterling, Mo Farah, Christina Huragu, Linford Christie, some of these who I've actually met while I've been at the games. For me, Haringey is home. I love it here because it's where my family is, it's where my friends are. I know it like the back of my hands. However, I'm not oblivious also to the deprivation that is within the borough, the crime that takes place. There's definitely a combination of pride and sadness. The sadness comes from seeing many young people at risk, many vulnerable young people, many lives that are wasted simply because they do not have the support and the mechanisms in place to flourish. Pride comes from walking past Spurs Stadium and just seeing what sporting heritage is within the borough, seeing the amazing athletes that do come from the area. Sport is an important way out of hardship because it allows young people to find something fun, find a passion. It provides them with various learning tools. It allows them to be in a safe environment. Growing up, sport played a massive impact in my life. It kept me safe, it provided me with confidence, it gave me something to do, it provided me with an amazing social circle. It allowed me to get through some of the toughest times in my life. The toughest being my sister passing away. During my second year at university, I lost her. She had Down syndrome, and although I was dealing with this tremendous pain, I couldn't imagine what other families were going through as a result of losing loved ones. Losing my sister definitely did change my career path. When I was growing up, there was various things in place to keep young people safe and keep young people occupied and around positive role models. When I lost my sister and youth crime was at its high, I realised that all of these things had been taken away from them, and I really wanted to provide young people with an opportunity to be around positive role models. Knowing that I had been fortunate enough to be born without any disability or to just be alive at all, I really wanted others to realise the value of their life and to make the most of it. The London Youth Games has been able to operate in an amazing way. They've been able to switch quickly to online delivery. At the moment, their participation rate for those who have uniquely participated online stands at 70,000 young people. They've had inclusive games, they've had open games, and they've reached out to all of the 33 boroughs and engaged them amazingly. I believe there has been an absence of role models, especially for those who have been underrepresented. I want to empower women and girls to be involved in sport and in leadership roles. I also believe that those that come from deprived backgrounds will see that it's an avenue that they can take to develop themselves. I believe that young people from all different backgrounds, all different races, ethnicities, should be able to see themselves in positions. And I'm a firm believer that anybody can do anything. And a lot of that has come from, again, my sister having a disability and breaking down barriers and making a path for herself. And I really hope that my appointment will allow people to see that I am that authentic voice that will be there to speak for them and represent them. I think the disengagement that young people have with authority comes with relatability. I feel if you're unable to relate to somebody, you're not going to want to be around them, you're not going to listen to them. And it's the approach as well. If you're not able to approach young people in a manner where you're showing them respect in order to gain it back, it's going to make the work that you do with them extremely difficult.
Well done, who's marking? Well done.
Being appointed as the youngest chair of the London Youth Games is an amazing feeling. I can see myself staying in community sports for a long time. That's where my passion is. A lot of my career has focused on working with children and young people and in communities and using sports for social good. As chair of the London Youth Games, I want to make the games accessible to as many young Londoners as possible.